The following is a talk given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on November 11th, 2009 in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Nayanam no Satyanam Chaivan Deving Sarsating Vasam Tato Jayam Mudirajit Mukha Karoti Vachalam Pangulang Ayate Garing Yat Kitha Tamahang Vande Sri Gurum Minatarinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So I hope you are able to understand me. If you can't tell me, I can have either I can speak slower, or I can have what I say repeated. This verse is very important, because this verse tells us that to understand Krishna it's not a small thing. It's a great thing, and only one out of thousands and thousands of persons is able to understand Krishna. I was approached by one elderly lady wearing white in the airport, I think it was in Bombay. And she said, "Oh, I'm a life member of this one." And I said, "Hello." I had one question. Why do you worship the form of the Lord in your temples? After all, Lord is formless. I was a bit surprised, because our life member, she didn't understand Krishna. She was hardcore Mayavadi. So this is the case of a number of our life members, new people. They really don't know who is Krishna. So there was one in Guwahati in Assam. He was helping us a lot with the government permissions and everything, but he was he would meditate in his closet on some deer skin, and he was convinced that the Lord was the impersonal Brahman, and that the Lord was just a form of the impersonal Brahman. So he was chanting Om in his closet, going on. So I showed him the last verse of the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Brahmano Patistaham. I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman. He said, No, it can't be. No! My whole life I've been fixed on the impersonal Brahman, and this thing that is all based on Krishna. No. All I had spinning. I don't want to think. I can't talk anymore today. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm feeling sick. Oh. Next day I went to see him. He was healthy and smiling. I said, "What happened?" He He said, oh, I called one of my the professors of Sanskrit at the university, and he said, Brahmano Pratishtha means the four-headed Brahma. Which in the first word, Prabhupada specifically says, no, it doesn't mean this. And the whole, is no words are talking about the four-headed Brahma. So then Prabhupada said, if a person is very much attached to the impersonal reality, then don't waste a lot of time arguing with him. Better to just engage him in devotional service. So he continued to engage him. After some years, once he came to temple with his book, H.H.Jayapataka, he told him, look at this book would not be suitable for our congregation, H.H.Jayapataka. But after a few years, he said, I'm starting to understand the impersonal truth. The personal truth. I'm starting to understand Lord Krishna. So he got clarified by doing devotional service. That's the secret. You can only go so far with these people. And like I think it was Van Maharaj, he was talking to one person came from some Gita Jnana Yagya. These Gita Jnana Yagyas they're cover-ups for impersonal lecture. So he said, how was the lecture? Oh, it was fantastic. It was great. What did the Swamiji say? What did he say? I don't know what he said. How can an ordinary soul like me understand what a great Swami said? I didn't understand anything he said. But it was really great. It was so this is the difference. That Prabhupada, whatever he would speak, he could understand. He was speaking the absolute truth as it is, without any fancy words and trying to impress the people. He just told the truth. I was listening to one of his lectures in I forget the month, in 1972 in Los Angeles. He said, some foolish people, they asked, can you see God? So of course he can see God. Anybody can see God. God is available to be seen. But you have to be qualified to see Him. What is that qualification? That qualification is loyam, intense eagerness. If you have the eagerness, you can see the Lord. And he told one story. He said that there was a thief. He was listening to the lecture, how Krishna would go to herd the cows, dressed with valuable jewels, diamonds, gold, necklaces. So this thief thought, really? A little kid in the forest with all this valuable diamonds and gems and gold? Oh! I want to steal it. I'll become rich. I can retire. So he went to Vrindavan looking for Krishna. He was very eager to look for Krishna. He didn't realize that Krishna, he wasn't there at that time. I mean, he was not. It was not 5,000 years ago. It was just, say, a few hundred years ago. So, but Krishna appeared to him, and he saw all the diamonds, jewels. What I want is, these are very heavy for you. I relieve you from your diamonds. You see, if I give these to you, maybe my mother, Yasoda, she'll ask me, what you do with the diamonds? So I'll be in trouble. So I better not give them. You see? How do I gotta get these diamonds out? Well, so they were talking And at the end, by talking with Krishna, he got purified. He started to get attached to Krishna. And then he asked Krishna, I think you can have the diamond. Sorry. And he said, no, I want you. I want to have you. So, if you're eager enough, Krishna can reveal himself to you. Why we don't see Krishna? We're not eager. If you're eager, we can see him even now. So who here is eager? Oh, guilty for sure. Yeah. So, like this, normally it's rare to find someone who even wants to know the difference between Atma and the body, who wants to know the impersonal realization. What to speak of someone who knows Krishna? That's even more difficult, more rare. So most of I went to see one life member, he said, he wasn't a life member at the time, he was just a businessman. So this was in the beginning of the program, 1,111 rupees. Damn cheap. Now it's 20,000. Right?
25.
So I showed him all the pictures. I showed some of the pictures. He told me, I don't believe in any of this. It's all hogwash, all garbage. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in any of this. And he started blasting me. So I learned. He said, no, sir, it's not true. They said, there really is God. Look at. And then he said, continue to show him the pictures. And he looked at me. He thought, I thought I'd blow you out with my attack, but you're continuing on. So, how much I have to get? So he was we meet, in making life tender, we met all kind of crazy people. That one sticks out in my mind because he literally blasting Krishna, attacked me, but later he became a life member. So, most people, they're just there thinking how they're going to make money. They're not thinking how they're spiritually advanced. So, Krishna said in this verse that someone who knows him, they are actually a very rare soul. So all of you are very rare souls. Yeah. Because you know something about Krishna, you know about Bhakti Yoga. So I came here out to Chennai to get your association. So that I can get purified. So out of thousands of people here tonight, how many thousands and lakhs, crores of people there are, and this is a relatively a spiritual city in the world. So some people are interested in the absolute truth, but interested in Krishna is even less. So, what we do with our Rath Yatras, with our festivals, we get people interested in Krishna. They start to ask, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of life? What is the nature of Krishna? And like Indra, he didn't know who Krishna was. And he got mixed up. And then when Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill for 7 days, then the clouds came back to Indra and said, you fool, he sent us against the Supreme Lord. We're in big trouble now. And then so we quit and they left. Then he realized, what have I done? I have attacked Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality, because when Krishna was on earth, he looked just like a cowherd boy. He looked like an ordinary village boy. But he is the source of everything. He is the creator of everything. So, like even the devas sometimes get confused. Who is really Krishna? And what is his potency? Brahma, he stole the cows and the cowherd boys, put them in the cave. Later he realized, I made a mistake. So then after he apologized to Krishna, he went to Nadu and he started to chant, Gauranga, 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 until Lord Gauranga appeared to Lord Raghunath and asked him, what do you want? He said, you see, I'm in my Dvitiya Paradha. I'm in the second half of my life, and still I commit aparadh. So I want to be free of this offensive mentality. I want to get purified. I know you're coming in Kali Yuga. I want to be your associate. Like this, he made some requests. So the Lord said, Tatastaha, so be it. And he said, you shall be born in a non-Hindu family. This will teach you humility. And what you'll chant 300,000 names of Krishna every day.
Haribo.
You'll be known as Vinamacharya. This will purify you and give you love of Krishna. And you'll be my associate. You'll be known as Haridas. So, Haridas Thakur ki
Jai.
Haridas Thakur ki
Jai.
Haridas Thakur ki
Jai.
So, Lord Brahma, he quickly did what he had to do and came down. And 5,000 warriors is not much time to get ready for Lord Brahma. So he came down and he took part in Lord Chaitanya's pastime. When Lord Chaitanya appeared, he said Haridas Thakur was dancing in ecstasy. He was so happy. Haribo!
Haribo. Haribo. Haribo.
So, many of the associates of Lord Chaitanya actually came from other planets, like Brihaspati came as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and Narada Muni came as Srilas Thakur, some came from Goloka, some came from other planets in our universe, and they joined with the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. So we're very fortunate that that movement is still present on the planet, and we get to be part of it. So we should take advantage and chant Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Are there any questions? Have any questions?
While drinking Chanamrita, lot of it drops from pot. Unavoidably, we happen to put our legs. What should be our consciousness?
should feel very bad. What is this nonsense? You see, when Prabhupada would put a tilak, he wouldn't drop a drop. He was very careful. When we take Charanamrita, it's not inevitable that we have to drop it on the floor. We can be careful. We can take it, and we can take 3 drops in our hand, and we can drink it. If we drop it on the floor, then we should wipe it up. If we drop it and step on it, that's like real ignorance. Ignorance. We ignore it. We know that there's the holy Tirtha of the Lord, and we ignore it, and we step on it. So that's ignorance. We ignore it. So we shouldn't ignore it. We should be conscious. If we drop, we should wipe it up. We should avoid dropping by taking it very carefully. Hare Krishna.
How does preaching Krishna consciousness help devotee to advance in devotional service?
Who's it?
The servant Mukunda Murari Das.
Mukunda Murari Das. Once they asked Haridas Thakur that which is the best way to chant. Is it true that mental chanting is the best? Because that way we're chanting in the subtle platform in our mind. Isn't that the best way? Right? He said, no, it's not the best. 100 times better is loud chanting. Because you get other living entities and insects and plants and humans, they hear the holy name, so they get spiritually benefited. That frees you from the offenses that you may have inadvertently committed. So by being freed from the offenses, their chanting is 100 times more valuable, more beneficial. In the same way, the preaching directly we're helping someone to be Krishna conscious. So by doing so, we are also getting rid of the offenses that we may have committed. So that way we're able to advance very quickly. So this preaching to the conditioned souls is a very effective way of advancing quickly in a devotional service. Somehow Prabhupada had the devotees are distributing books and preaching, even though they were very young. And they said, well, what if we don't know how to answer the question? He said, that's all right. You ask them to read the book, how much you can speak. If they read it thousands of hours, if they don't read the book, they go back to the temple and they can talk with some of the senior devotees who could answer the question. But so he would engage the people in the teaching. One girl was, I don't know, a boy or girl. They were crossing the street and they weren't watching. They were hit by a car carrying a stack of Bhagavatams. They died instantly. Prabhupada said because they were carrying the Bhagavatam, they went back to Godhead. But we're very sad because one of our devotees from Tirupati, he didn't come back from the Parikrama point. He went out too far in the ocean and he got swept away by the current. So they intertwined it. Somehow he couldn't catch it. Just close, but he wasn't able to get it. So we all, I forget his name, but they told me he was a nice devotee. Of course, he especially benefited by leaving the body in the holy job, but we lost our valuable teaching. So let's pray for his heart. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This question from Madhumati, New York. For devotees who had a problem in chanting 16 rounds, so what Guru Maharaj instructed in this regard? For devotees who had a problem in chanting 16 rounds, so what Guru Maharaj instructed in this regard?
This internet question. He says from New York.
Yeah, Madhumati from New York.
Where's Madhumati? She's on, Madhumati. She's a film producer. Well, if they are initiated devotees, it's more serious because initiated devotees took a vow before their guru that they'll chant 16 rounds. If for some reason, but in any case, Prabhupada said that if someone's not able to chant 16, then better than one day 16, one day 0, one day 16, one day 0, one day 8, one day 0. To chant some minimum every day, 8, 12, whatever they can, and then gradually come back up to chanting 16. Or if they're new people, maybe they're chanting 4 rounds, and 8, 12, they gradually move up. But they should chant some minimum number of rounds. Some minimum number of rounds. If they miss one day, they make up. Say their minimum is 8. Just like we do 16, one day we miss. We do 12, next day we do 16 plus 4, 20. Well, that if their minimum is 8, they do 8. They miss 2, they do 6. Next day they do 8 plus 2 is 10. And this way they'll develop some steadiness and regularity in their chanting.
How to avoid offenses to devotees?
Smita Krishna Das. Best to not offend them. We should understand what is an offense and what is not an offense. Sometimes asking, like Prabhupada went to see the brother of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he asked a question. Now, this question was spoken in an intense language, and it was a question. Now, Prabhupada said, if you ask a question, it's not an offense. You have the right to ask a question. So he was asking a question. That was to a senior Vaishnava. It's very rare to see Prabhupada talking. I mean, maybe there's only 1 or 2 people who are senior to him in our lifetime. But so this is how he talked to a senior devotee. If they're talking to a peer or to a subordinate, it's slightly different. But it's offensive if we refer to them by some kind of mundane designation, like their caste, their color, their some physical trait. We should not. We should see all the Vaishnavas as having transcendental bodies, because their body is engaged in Krishna's service. So we don't refer to anybody by their material designation. Sarvabhadi Nirmuktam Tatre Pratyena Nirmala. So devotional service means we're free from this upadhi. Now, as a temple president, has a job to sometimes give service or correct service to the devotees. You have to do that in such a way that you don't go into some material derogatory kind of thing. You stupid, you this, you that. No. You don't call names. So to do. We expect, like Prabhupada, he would say, once he was inspecting the toilets in Nadu, and one of the toilets, the person had not washed after. So he was saying, Brahmana is someone who leaves things clean. Wherever there's a Brahmana, there's cleanliness. So all of you, you're here, this is dirty, so you're not the Brahmanas. So, and he kept getting on their case. I was there amongst them, and got on all our case. That, as a Brahmana, probably what we should have done was taken a bucket of water and thrown it, but we didn't know what to do because one leader, he just came up in his taxi from London, and he was a GDT then, and he came up and he was smiling. He thought, "Oh, look at everyone's getting chastised by Srila Prabhupada." And then Prabhupada laid it in. You call yourself a Brahmana? What is this? This is dirty. You're here. Or there's Brahmana, there's no dirt. He was like shocked. I just came. I don't know what's going on. Because when Prabhupada would give the instruction, it was for everyone. It wasn't just like he was doing it because it was something that he wanted us all to learn. It wasn't an issue that, okay, you're responsible. But in general, he wanted everyone to understand that as devotees, as brahmanas, we should be clean. And we should have a clean environment. So this one guy shows up and he starts smiling and thinks it's a big joke. Getting chastised. Probably laid into him. So the joke was on him. Anyway, no one dared to smile because when Prabhupada was intense like that, Harilo, he just humbly took it. So Prabhupada got away like that. He said, "I'm the elder Indian. I can do things that you can't do as younger. So you have to also know what our limit is." Now, some devotees might feel offended. It may not actually technically be an offense, but they may feel offended. Like, I've been in India now for like almost 40 years. So I learned, like, if you're going to chastise someone, if you do it in front of other people, they take it very sentimentally. Because prestige issue or whatever, if you draw them aside and talk to them, listen to them, I expected better of you. They take it much better. There's things like that the Westerners will never figure out. But living and working with Indians, you know that they have their sensibilities and sensitivities, and you have to deal with it. If you just totally blast someone, they get all depressed, and it has a reverse effect. It doesn't actually enthuse them to strike the bitter. They think, oh, no, everybody thinks I'm said that. This thing, all sentimental. So, if we understand, we want this person should do this thing. How to actually get that devotee to feel inspired to achieve that higher goal. That's what we should try to strive or try to do. And not just, like, you think before you speak. That's the way to avoid offenses, think before you speak and think, how am I going to say this? How is I going to achieve what I want?
Hare Krishna. The souls are by nature active. How are they able to stay without any activity in the body of Mahavishnu when there is no creation? Rajeshwar Devi Das.
I couldn't understand.
The souls are by nature active. How are they able to stay without any activity in the body of Mahavishnu when there is no creation?
The souls are put in a dormant state, just like a state in the body of Mahavishnu. That time, Narada Muni once, he was during one night of Brahma, he was not in Mahavishnu, in Garudakshaya Vishnu, and all the other souls are dormant, but he was awake for a whole night of Brahma, thinking. So that's mentioned in the Bhagavatam. So he was not, because he was a liberated soul. So, but otherwise, out of the conditioned souls, they are put in a dormant state. It's not a natural state, but it's, they can be put in a dormant state. The Lord has that power to do. So he does that. If we are liberated and go to the Vaikuntha Lokas, then we don't, we're not dormant, we're always active. But if they're conditioned souls, then sometimes we're active and sometimes we're dormant.
Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna. Please say about my future, spiritual and material life. Gopinath, yes.
Well, if you continue to practice Krishna consciousness, your spiritual life will be very successful. As far as your material life, I'm a sannyasi, and I don't really have that ability to see the future, the past, like H.H.Jayapataka Swami and all that. I'm not a Rama Rishi or anything. I'm just ordinary, living entity who happens to serve Krishna as a guru. I take care of devotees, but in general, everybody has their karma. So whatever your karma is, by doing your service to Krishna, that karma can improve. But that doesn't mean that you won't get something in this material world. Sometimes I served so long, why I'm suffering, why this that may happen. We think that whatever happens is less than what we really deserve. And if Krishna gave us what we really deserve, it would be much worse. So like that we take it, but it doesn't mean that we won't get any suffering at all. Well, maybe we need a little suffering to remind us that this material world is a place of suffering and we shouldn't stay here. I thought we should go back to God. Haribo. So you have a question? Last question.
Last question.
But you are explaining how impersonalists take such a long time. Guru Maharaj, you were explaining how impersonalists take such a long time to understand Krishna. Only by service they understand. When we are doing preaching programs, and especially to the older generation, it seems that they will never accept Krishna. So we feel that our preaching is perhaps a waste. When we preach to old people or people who already have fixed mindsets, it seems as if doing a program for them, speaking to them is a waste. Is it really so?
Well, we invite people to come to our programs, so we assume that those who come, they are interested in Krishna, that they are not envious people, and by telling them about Krishna, then they will benefit. Some of them may be hardcore non-body, but some of them might fall on what do you call it, deaf ears. But we don't usually tell too much esoteric or too much confidential things. We tell a little bit, because we assume that these are devotees. But otherwise, some of the older people, they also they do come to Krishna consciousness. In fact, in our Russian preaching, you have very young people and you have very old people. You have a lot of old people who are Krishna conscious. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
In our society we have you call them babushkas, grandmothers. So they come to Krishna. So like that we present to Krishna. If you have it's not everybody is a hardcore non-body. There are, if there are, we don't argue with them on infinitum. Actually, sometimes we see that they get some short circuit in their brain, so you engage in Krishna service. And they get the benefit for that. But apart from that, the old person is a body. Something that they don't really know, they want to know. At least it's the last chance they have. If they can understand, then you could say that if they don't understand, well, you know, in not hearing about Krishna, they benefit. Maybe the next birth take out or they left out, and they'll be able to serve Krishna's service. How many are watching on internet?
How many watching the
31.
31. 31.
31. How many are here?
30.
30.
Or 25? 45.
No.
35.
35.
So 66. Of course, some of the good students,
Some around 6.
I mean, more than one person watching.
That's good.
So maybe 100. So those who are here on the internet, we welcome you. I'm here for my first night in Chennai. I'll be here for a long. We'll try the therapy here, and then probably I'll be going to Los Angeles for some training, something like that. Let's see if I can get here quick. Maybe I stay longer here. Anyway, we welcome you. I hope all the devotees here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.